Hello, welcome to Polyphonic Press. My name is Jeremy Boyd, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, entitled Push the Sky Away. Here we go. So Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds are an Australian band formed in the early 1980s by Nick Cave and Mick Harvey after the dissolution of their band The Birthday Party. Their first album was released in 1984 entitled From Her to Eternity, and since then they've consistently put out albums. And Nick Cave has enjoyed success as both an author, a screenwriter, and a film composer as well. And this is their 15th studio album, and it's entitled Push the Sky Away. This album starts off with a song called We Know Who You Are, and it was also the first single release from the album. This song is a bit of a throwback for Nick Cave. It's sort of reminiscent of songs you would hear on The Boatman's Call or No More Shall We Part. It's quite a bit softer and a little more subtle instrumentally. It's a pretty straight song. There's not many chord changes or anything like that. It's really more of a poem set to music. The instruments more or less serve the lyrics and the vocal performance, which is really the most important thing. Having said that, the instrumentation is pretty fantastic on this one, really lending itself to the vocal performance and giving these subtle movements that really work with the vocals and not against it or overshadowing it. The song Wide Lovely Eyes is another beautiful, subtle, gentle song. The instruments, again, are very subtle, with really the only thing on it are an electric piano, a shaker, and this weird, heavily affected guitar that has a lot of tremolo on it and a lot of echo put on it as well. Just kind of playing these choppy, weird kind of things that really work to bring the song some context that isn't just the vocals. That really you can identify the song with the instruments, but the instruments are really subtle at the same time. As you progress through the album, you really kind of start to see it take shape, and you really kind of know where this album is going. It's not that it's predictable, but it feels comfortable. You really start to see it take shape, and there's a definite theme with these songs. They really work together on their own as well as an entity. It's not really a concept album or an opera or anything like that. It's just there's an overall feel to the whole thing. The second single from the album is a song called Jubilee Street. This is much more of a full band song. The drums, the guitar, and the bass are very high in the mix. Although Nick Cave's vocal performance is front and center, this is really more or less a showcase of the band as a unit. Everyone's putting in a great performance on this track, and it really goes to show you how this band works together as musicians. No one's really showboating or anything like that, but they're all kind of working together and off of each other. The song Higgs, Boson Blues is definitely a highlight for me. It's sort of a satirical criticism of the world and how kind of Nick Cave sees it as a 55-year-old man. The drums on this song are really the thing that drove it home for me. They kind of remind me of Ringo Starr's fills on the song A Day in the Life. They're kind of playing this consistent beat, but they're really playing the whole kit over the whole thing. The beat is kind of played on the toms rather than the kick drum and the snare. Really kind of an interesting, sort of odd kind of way to do it, but it works well within the context of the song. This is probably my favorite song on the album, and like most of the songs on this album, the instrumentation is secondary. But really the thing that drives the point of the song home is the band really giving accent to the main themes and the main point of the song. The album ends with the title track, Push the Sky Away, and it really bookends the album in that it's very much like the first track on the album. It's very slow, gentle, not much instruments going on. Really the only thing is this kind of synthesizer weird kind of thing. And really the main focus is Nick Cave's vocals. It really ends the album at a great point. I think this is the perfect end point for the album. Some albums can really drag on, and some can be cut too short. I think this really, is a good exit point for this album. And it just kind of wraps everything up nicely and gives some sort of end point and sort of conclusion to the whole entity of the album. The production on this album is really well done. Everything is coming in clearly and everything like that. Again, the focal point is Nick Cave's lyrics and his vocals, and the instruments really lend itself to that. I really found that that was the sort of the underlying theme of the album. I think Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds are exactly where they need to be in their career. I think this is the best thing they've done really in a long time, maybe in about 10 years. There's really not much more I can say about it. I really like this album, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So anyway, that's what I thought about the album. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or with a video response, and if you'd like to suggest an album for me to review, please leave that in the comments as well. And I guess that's about it. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.